What's up everybody? Welcome back to Golf Simulator Videos. We're here today with yet another exciting video. We are here with the Garmin R10 Portable Golf Launch Monitor, and it is hooked up to TGC 2019 Golf Simulator software, also known as the Golf Club. I can't tell you how many people that reach out to me about the Garmin R10 ask about golf simulator software choices. Well, here's another official connection. I'm going to tell you all about it today. We're going to give you a first look. We're going to go out and take some shots, some variations of things, even chipping, to show you what it's like, a little bit of demonstration about the software and settings that you might want to use if you're going to get the connection with the Garmin R10 and TGC 2019. Now, while I'm on that subject, if you guys are looking to purchase a Garmin R10 or the TGC 2019 software, make sure you shoot me an email. I'll pin it to the top of the comments and put it in the description. I love helping people out, making sure you're getting the lowest price and also, the best customer service out there. So let's talk about how they're doing this really quick. So you're going to take your Garmin R10 and set it up like normal, connect it to your phone via Bluetooth, and then they actually have a SimLink app that I'm using on my iOS device. I can kind of show you the screen if you want to, but we'll also throw a couple screenshots up there, as we get going. But that's live on my phone right now. And basically what you do is you connect to the Garmin first. It's going to tell you that if it's flashing white, go ahead and tap the button on the back once. It's going to start flashing green. You're connected. It says success. Then TGC 2019 is the next one you're going to connect, and I'm going to give you a couple tips on that. So in the Simulator Console, you do need to have the most recent version of the Simulator Console. Under your license profile, you're going to see that there's an IP address. You're going to hit the arrow on the bottom, you're going to plug in that IP address, then it will give you the ability to connect, and it's very important that you have your phone on the same network as your desktop or laptop. Now, I have a little more of an advanced network here. I have my Wi-Fi system that's running on its own dynamic IP range versus my local connected hardwired stuff in my house. A lot of people might not be doing that, so you won't have to do what I'm doing, but I actually had to go into my command prompt and type in ipconfig, grab my local IP on the desktop from there, just because SimConsole was showing something different. All right, and then I plugged it in there. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. But I did have to do that for myself, so I'm assuming someone else is going to run into that. I wanted to let you know about it. But honestly, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the software. We'll talk about some settings really quick that you're going to want to make sure you have set to the Garmin R10 and TGC 2019 before you get playing. But it's pretty simple, and we'll give you some demonstrations and go through it all. So first thing first, let me take my camera down just for a second here, and we'll go under settings, because if you're going to go out and play, you're going to want to make sure that you go under gameplay and set your gimmies. So under gimme rule, you're going to want to use on green because there's no putting for the R10. So basically what it does is it uses the gimme rule, and then any ball that's on the green finishes the hole with +2 strokes. So you can still have a +1 within 2 yards, and then you can basically have +2 anywhere else on the green is how they're going to do that. All right, so that's how that setting is set right now. And then everything else is pretty standard. I've shown a lot of those settings in other videos if you want to go over them, but this is a first look with the Garmin R10, no reason to do that. So let's just jump out to the range first, and we'll hit some shots. I'm going to turn my camera back on so you guys can see what's going on inside the studio. And from there, I think we're good to go. Always a habit, I always set the club to what I'm hitting. I'm going to grab an 8-iron. Garmin R10 is sitting roughly about 7 feet behind the ball, and I have a little over 10 feet to the screen. I'm not using a dot on the ball because it's actually not measuring the spin of the golf ball. It's doing a lot of calculating. And I have people all the time that are asking me, should I use a dot? Should I use a Titleist RCT? Well, it's not going to do anything. And actually, it could even mess up the radar because it's not measuring the ball that way. It's taking the launch direction, the launch angle, the ball speed, along with some club data that it's reading, and it's estimating or calculating, the rest of the data parameters. So there's a larger margin of error with the Garmin R10, especially in an indoor environment where it's not reading the ball for a longer distance. But you have to accept that when you're talking about a unit that's a third the price of the next level up, that's maybe $2,000 or $3,000. So let's go ahead and hit a couple shots, give you some demonstrations, show you how much ball delay there is after your shot, type of ball flights, things like that. So I'm going to try to hit kind of a normal shot here. Nice little, straight down the middle, 8-iron. It's going to carry pretty standard distance for me, about the low 150s. Now you get a lot of rollout on the range You can set your fairways to be soft, but notice how it only carried 153, and then the total distance was like 170 or something like that. So I always pay attention to carry when I'm out here in the range, so don't get those confused when you're watching these shots. So good distance on that for my 8-iron, pretty normal shot. I'll try to take some off now and try to maybe hit a little more of like a fade, kind of a little more of a difficult shot for me to hit, but let's see how it does with that. Maybe get that ball just working a little bit to the right. It did a good job of reading it. And distance-wise, I took some off. Only landed about 141. So a couple great demonstrations right out of the gate. You just have to understand, you know, I think that the club data is getting pulled into TGC 2019. That's something I should ask ProTee. I didn't verify that. If someone already has, comment below. I appreciate it, you know, and I'll verify that as well and make a comment if that club data is actually coming from the R10 unit, because TGC 2019, a lot of people have asked the question. They're like, "How do you getting club data on, you know, whatever unit it is that doesn't provide club data?" Well, they actually use an algorithm, you know, based on the ball data to estimate club data. So we have to verify if that club data is from the Garmin unit. So let's go ahead and see if I can get this ball to maybe draw just a little bit. Get set up right. I'm kind of so used to setting up a little bit to the left. That's still gonna go a little bit to the right. And that's probably the margin of error like I was talking about. I felt like that ball was gonna have a little left curve. And, you know, it's still distance-wise 150, you know, within realm. I mean, that ball is going, you know, inside the area that I would expect it to be. It's not like it was a huge pull. It's not like it was a big push. So let's try one more time here. Try to get more, maybe a little more inside out. Well, that's gonna go left. I yanked it pretty hard, and it's gonna pump up the distance a little bit, like it you know would if I normally yanked a ball. So it's, I mean, good example, honestly. Carry of 167, you know, so it pumps it up a little bit, you know, when you yank a ball like that. I crisp that too, so you know, pay attention, you know, to your different shots and how you're doing it. So let's just go ahead and hit one more shot real quick. Should go a little right. Yep. Just kind of left the face open a little bit. Try to call those out before they go, and it helps you guys have confidence, you know, in what the unit's doing. So I feel like that one was, you know, pretty well read for sure. 142. Let's try to hit one more. I'm just trying to kind of go down the center a little bit right now. There it is. That was what I was trying to do, is kind of keep it left of center. Perfect. All right, what was carry distance on that? 8-iron within realm, 147, you know? All right, now let's put this thing to the challenge and do some chipping, okay? So we're gonna go out to the practice facility, all right? Let's go ahead and quit. And then let's go out to chipping practice. All right, and I mean, you're not gonna do putting practice, obviously, because there's no putting with R10. Let's hit the E button, all right, and go up above and zoom in a little, and let's see here. I can place really where I want to here if we just wanna do that, or I can change holes though too. I can just go around, look at that. I could go there, and then I could even do a short bunker shot that's only 15 yards. I mean, that's gonna be tough, obviously. And then we can do a different one as well, but this might be a, you know, fun little test for us. All right, so I'm obviously gonna wanna try to kind of flop that thing up, get it to stop by the pin up there, 15 yards. Oh, almost hit the pin right out of the gate there. I think if I had a little more of a flop, it would have been better. So let's see if we can get a little more launch angle on this. Good example out of the gate though. I want to be able to do a short chip too. I'll put it in the grass, like close, and see if we can do that. Let's get a little more flop maybe. How's that? Oh, I hit it softer though, but look, that's what you want to do. So I like the chipping so far. Looks like we're getting a nice reaction out of the sand as well. Let's try to really get this one maybe up a little higher and see how it does with that. Oh, that's the one, I think. Look at that. I mean, that's going to be in your gimme range, exactly what you're trying to do. And then what we can do is now I'll demonstrate some other options here for you guys. So let's hit, let's go, that's only 15 yards right there. So if I can lay it right down kind of in that rough that you're just coming, like, you know, you got it right by the green. You can see there's a little undulation. Like, this is a tough shot. I'm probably gonna bump and run this. So let's see how it does with that. It's a different shot for us to show, so that's perfect. How's it gonna do with that? Oh, look at that. Could have used a little more speed on that coming out of the rough. Carried it 5 yards. So, I mean, you can chip this thing 10 to 15 feet. I think that's great. Let's do another bump and run just for example. There it is. Look at that roll up there. Got a little feel for it. Man, the chipping is really, really doing well right now. So, I mean, honestly, you're good to go. And we can go out and do some course play as well. This is a first look at the Garmin R10 with TGC 2019. Give me some comments below. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll try to do them. Let's say that you wanted to get up and over something. We'll just hit one of those shots real quick. Oh man, that almost went in the hole. These are some better examples than I anticipated. I'm not gonna lie. Better than I anticipated. I think this gives a really good idea of what you can expect if you either are looking to get the Garmin R10 or you have the Garmin R10, looking to buy some more golf simulator software like TGC 2019. You're gonna be able to do everything even though the unit doesn't offer putting. I mean, obviously you saw the shots I was able to accomplish. We didn't do driver today, but we can do driver. We'll go out and do some course play. I'll play 9 holes or something. Go out to like Pebble Beach. I mean, a lot of people love TGC 2019 because you have good graphics, 4K graphics. I'm recording in 4K. Obviously YouTube compresses a little bit, so just understand that when you're watching. But amazing course selection. You know, I love going out and playing number 7 at Pebble Beach. It looks great. A lot of different options like that. I want to hear any questions or comments or anything that you guys have. You know, put those down in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. Love your feedback, and also what you'd like to see. Like I said, I'll try to get that in the queue. I'm always listening to all the viewers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please do. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Stay tuned because there'll be a lot more coming soon.